Hello everyone and welcome back to the 3T Path channel. My name is Giridhari Das and today I want to talk to you about Hatha. The correct pronunciation is Hatha with your tongue kind of curled up. But let's just say Hatha. So I want to tell you what Hatha means. Because you see Hatha yogi, people are practicing Hatha yoga left and right these days, right? But not so many people understand what real Hatha is, what real Hatha yoga is. And so I want to talk to you about that. The first thing you have to understand is, what does Hatha mean? Hatha means strength and stubbornness. I like this combination. It means the two things. It's kind of like a stubborn strength. So it's when you really focus, you're really going to be hard and strong on something, but in a stubborn way, you're really going to go for it, no matter what the barriers are. So Hatha means this intense strength to conquer whatever obstacles are on the path so you can reach your goal. That's Hatha. So when you see the real practice of Hatha yoga, if you go to India these days, you'll see the Hatha yogis. They're those renounced yogis. You might have seen them in pictures and documentaries, or maybe you've been to India and you've seen them yourself. Sometimes there's so many different lines. But, there's the famous Naga Babajis, and they're covered in ashes, pretty much naked, covered in ashes. And you've seen those yogis doing those intense austerities of keeping their arms raised, for example, or never sitting down for 12 years or lying down. So that is Hatha. That is like an intense practice that I'm going to go for it, this stubborn strength. Can you imagine holding your arm up? For the rest of your life, because after a few years, it kind of like solidifies in that form. So basically, can you imagine like one day you sit down and okay, I'm not going to put my arm down, and it's like excruciating pain for years, and you're like, ugh. And so that is Hatha. And why were they doing that? And then of course, even if you've gone to your local yoga academy, doing your yoga classes at home, you've experienced what Hatha is when you just try to maintain those postures, right? You maintain this posture and that posture. It's like, oh, I can't do this. And you're shaking like a leaf. So that intensity of maintaining that posture, that going against, like you want to sit down, you want to put your feet down, but no, you're like trying to keep that, and you're forcing that stubborn strength, is also Hatha. So in a way that, even modern Hatha yoga that you see here in the West is actually, a much lighter, nicer version of that hardcore Hatha yoga that they still practice today in India, those renounced ascetics. But what I want to tell you is this spirit of Hatha. Why do that? Why keep your arm raised up? Why, these austerities? Why doing this tapas, this kind of like hardcore, self-mortifications? Why? Because they want to use this strength of purpose to become enlightened. That's the idea. It's like, I'm going to go through all this. I'm going to fight through all this because you know what? I don't care. I just want to become realized. I just want my spiritual identity. It's just like, I'm going to just rip through matter. That's the spirit of Hatha. I'm just going to go for it. And of course, we can use that in everything in life. We have to have this Hatha principle to deal with life. I mean, if you want to be good at your job, deal with family, with whatever, the spirit of Hatha helps us get through. When the going gets tough, you can use Hatha to keep on your path, to remain faithful to your purpose, to your dharmas. And most of all, of course, do what Hatha is meant to do. Use this strength, this stubborn strength, to fight through material attachments, to fight through this, weight of tamas, of rajas, to keep us stuck in matter, reincarnating life after life. Use this strength to really go for the goal of self-realization, of course, in our path of Krishna Bhakti, of really, embracing bhakti, devotion to Krishna, and, keeping your mind in Krishna and his activities and his form and his name. That's in Krishna Bhakti. That's how we use Hatha. the strength to keep focused, because there's so many distractions and distractions of distractions, and you're always, and it's like, oh no, it's too hard, oh no, I'm tired, I'm lazy. And Hatha pushes you through all that, distraction, laziness, excuses. That's the strength of Hatha that you can use for your life. So let me know if this is helpful, and have a rest of your day with lots of love and lots of peace. Hare Krishna.